Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the ASUS ROG DreamLeague. I'm James Hugard-Harding. On the show today, we have awesome teams, another awesome day. We're going to see some EG, we're going to see some Sigma, Na'Vi, Empire, and also Cloud9. Also on the show, these fucking idiots. So let's get started.
Seconds.
All right, so we begin at the beginning of our final day of the week. Everybody, welcome back to the studio. Welcome to the panel. Welcome to the desk.
Hi, Jay.
Hello, Bruno.
I missed you.
We live at the same house.
Yeah, but you were like getting makeup for 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was. It's nice to be missed. How are you doing?
Great. Oh, you missed them too.
I missed you too, Bruno.
That's great. How are you guys?
Good.
Good. I'm good.
Andy, glad to have you back.
I'm on the up and up, man. I'm on the mend, as they say.
Great.
And I was part of the, what do they call that we just did? Isn't it like a thing? Just like the
being
arm
stupid?
thingy? Yeah, I mean, well, that's like every day of my life.
Right.
It can't always be a part of that.
No.
I felt very close to
Yeah,
everybody.
I'm surprised no one fell off.
Dude, I was in the very back. My heels were hanging over the edge. It was pretty tight.
It was an interesting experience,
I mean, you
which
practiced
I'd
it
rather
without
not repeat.
Shane, and then Shane was like, "There's a room for Shane." In there.
It was a
Like how he
Shane
gets into
sandwich.
clubs, yeah. All right, yeah. So it's Dota today. We've got some good games.
Very good
Yeah,
games.
really good games today. So first up, we're going to be seeing Empire versus Evil Geniuses. This is going to be an absolute blast, I hope. Both teams doing really well so far in the league and can only do better if they win. And then we're going to have Cloud9 go up against EG. I would almost say a rivalry at this point, just from the few matches they've played. And Cloud9 at the top of the leagues, and then we're going to have Na'Vi versus Sigma. Again, with Sigma, we're not exactly sure what's going to happen. We're not sure if they're going to play. When we're really, honestly, we're really not. Like, apparently there might be some.
So actually, they're now an enigma, as you called them before.
Well, I'm assuming they want to play, and they're just trying to figure stuff out. So I didn't actually hear what the problems they were having today, but I got told backstage there could be a possibility that we might have to reschedule the last match.
Yeah.
But with the 2 great games before it, I'm all right.
I'm all right because I don't have any Na'Vi team in my fantasy league, and Domi has. So hey,
Oh yeah.
if it gets moved to next week,
I'm winning this week.
I know. I'm taking a
You're
beating.
still getting, you're getting
pretty
slogged,
bad.
man. It's not good.
Am I against you this week, aren't I?
Yeah, you're beating me by like 4 points right now, but I have 2 games of Arteezy today.
Ooh.
I have a game of
You have 2 Cloud9 players?
Cloud9.
Sing and
Yeah, that's right, you do. You have.
And I have Vance Core.
Do you have them in your roster though?
It's going to be a close day, man. I got Resolution on my team as well.
It's really hard to log into Steam
Dota.
to do that.
Yeah, it is
Especially when
actually.
Diablo's
It's like
there as well.
ridiculously hard.
I really hope you guys have somewhat enjoyed the Fantasy League. We did.
I did more than I thought I would, actually.
But I also really hope that you guys give feedback to Valve, because this was like, they were like, we've kind of got something like this, because Bruno did Fantasy Leagues ages ago, so the idea was circulating. Valve were like, okay, we actually did something like this. Do you want to test it out on your show? And we're like, yeah, sure. It sounds good. And sometimes it does feel a bit testy. Sometimes it feels really like it's awesome and working. But if you guys, at the end of the league or whenever you feel you want to, make a Reddit thread about it and just give your feedback. And I know they read it.
Yep.
And if they don't read it, we'll read it and pass it on. Because that's what we do. So with nothing else more to say apart from the games, I'm going to let Bruno talk about everything else.
Yeah. Actually, I have to say something. I don't know if I should say this. Probably should. Anyways, I think you're dressing as keeper of the light, Domi.
Is it that bad?
I mean,
Pony.
it's like
I don't know why people would see me as an old man as opposed to like, I don't know, Templar Assassin or Crystal
maybe
Maiden.
they just don't want their fantasies ruined.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes fantasy is better than reality.
It would be
Trust
more
me.
scarring
You know
for
when
them
James
than it would be
said,
for you.
well, we should ask for a female character
Actually,
cosplay so I could pass it along to my girlfriend. Like, I took that to heart. Where's the CM vote, guys?
Maybe the cosplay is for your girlfriend.
but you know that you have to actually also role play Keeper of the Light, so you better practice those lines as well.
Kato,
Yeah.
give me mana.
You gotta get like
Kundalini.
Gotta get a makeshift stick and just start
What does
waving
he say
it
when
around
he
the
does he
house.
say anything when he charges up?
A lot of things.
Okay.
But yeah,
I'm
he
gonna
says,
be like the most, like, dejected color light. It's like, oh, go ponies.
go
Whoa.
ponies.
Because I don't like this
Whoa.
cosplay.
Yeah. I mean,
What would you rather?
we-
You influence the viewers, Lumi.
What
would
do you wanna
rather
do?
cosplay as?
Templar Assassin.
That's not what you were saying at the start.
Not Queen of Pain. That's too out there for me.
but you know, like,
Templar Assassin.
let's be fair. TI3, remember there were 2 very good Templar Assassin cosplays.
There were
I'm gonna
actually.
outdo them.
You're gonna outdo them.
You know, in DreamHack, there's a cosplay contest.
Right.
First place, 1300 sec.
You're playing there.
Holy shit!
I'm
So
gonna win that.
the
Like
thing
Templar
is-
Assassin, boys.
The compendium's going to pay for because we got a couple of people in Stockholm that actually do cosplaying, and
Yeah.
we're going to contact them about your costume once we know.
Okay.
And it will be paid for by a small amount of the compendium that will go to
Not the
DreamHack.
money, the prize pool.
Yeah, not the money, the prize pool, the other side of it, and then you can go to DreamHack and actually just earn money off it.
No. Tell you what. If I win the cosplay contest as not Kato,
Right.
we vote to change that.
Why do you think?
I'll donate that money to like a cause.
It's not like you.
A
Because
cause.
I'm gonna win. That.
Okay, but there's going to be a judge. Like, are you trying to bribe the judges now?
No, I'm just saying.
No. Like the judges
He's
don't
saying
know
he'll
this.
donate the money.
people
No,
at
I'm
DreamHack
just saying
won't know.
Kato has a worse chance of winning.
Right.
Not if you ride up
no.
the stage on a pony.
fucking
Well,
pony.
get a fucking pony. Yeah, maybe.
You'd own them all. You'd have some
You
lads.
need a Shetland pony.
He's only on board if a pony's involved.
You realize you're going to walk up as a female character on stage at DreamHack in front of a room with like 10,000 people in it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I just figured
mean,
I'd rather
what
be
is-
on a pony.
Normal day.
My rap has what 10K views, and I sucked at it, but it don't matter.
You didn't suck at your rap, Lumi. It was-
Yeah,
it
I'm
was
a
the-
rap god, guys.
It
Pretty
was
good.
the best.
Best rap.
It was the best. All right, so Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter.
do this.
Go at DreamLeague or hashtag DreamLeague. And today we're going to ask because there's one more week now, and there's a 2-week break, and then there's a final week which has a super weekend. So I think we're in a good spot right now where people should say who they think are going to end up first in the league.
Okay. All right.
So you just tweet about that. Who you think is going to end up first?
and why, if you
And
can.
why? If you can.
Yeah.
140 characters is a little bit hard, but try.
At least give us some sort of reasoning why they're going to be awesome and win the whole LAN as well. And speaking of who's at the top of the league, come on, production, that was great. That's all I needed to say.
God damn it, Weapons.
Was that Weapons?
Yeah, of course, it's Weapons.
Okay, we're playing Weapons. It's Cloud9 who are playing today in our second game, and Empire are playing today in our first game. No Alliance or Team Dog today, but both of them sit really pretty in third, fourth, so they
pretty.
look pretty good. Na'Vi potentially will be playing against Sigma, and they could be joint then with Alliance and Team Dog if they win that match. And EG, a tough day today.
They have to play,
Empire and Cloud9.
The
So
top
this
two.
is like, if they lose both their games, Fnatic and Rock's Kiss are going to be like, this is it. This
Yeah.
is the team that we can knock out. If that's what can happen.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my wish list. EG wins 2 games, both games. And everyone that's qualified has 2 losses. And everyone is in even ground.
That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Could happen.
Could happen.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yesterday there was some awesome too. We got some recaps for you from yesterday's games. It started off with VP versus Cloud9. And everyone was pretty much backing Cloud9 in this one.
Yep. Yeah, I think Cloud9 here played a very solid game the way they do normally. The only one getting any kind of farm was, wait, was this a game of the big stage?
No,
No,
was
no.
the MYM
Respect
game.
That was the MIM, yeah, that's right. So no, in this game actually everyone was getting farm, but just C9 was executing better.
The Ember Spirit didn't have that much farm, really. In middle, he got kind of under-leveled.
He was playing against, was that
Sing
game?
Sing mid.
Sing Sing mid, yes.
And he
The
went
good
for
runner.
the Flame Guard build, which
Right.
was the more intuitive build, the one that everybody picked up on initially. And now it seems like the Side of Fist and Chain is more popular. But it felt like this game, the Flame Guard build didn't actually do much. I'm not sure if you actually caught the game at home.
I actually saw parts of that game, but
Were you in pain?
Yeah, I was.
Like for more than
Not
just a
like
thief?
was it from the game
emotional
or
and physical
Okay.
distress.
Okay.
Is what I felt when I watched it.
It's amazing to see you actually quite well today.
Yeah. It's amazing what a diagnosis will do.
Yeah.
Like just knowing like what's wrong with you makes you feel better. You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
How much
'Cause,
of the
like,
blue stuff are you in now?
What?
The blue stuff. Your blue stuff.
I'm elbow deep, man.
Ah, I see.
It's bad.
so you have blue stuff? You got given blue stuff?
No, they didn't give me anything. They're just like, you have an infection, get antibiotics. And I'm like, okay. But we're not going to give you antibiotics. You got to find this on your own.
That sounds sketchy.
It
You sure
was.
you
It
went
was
to
really
the-
weird. No.
Well,
Like, Scriff was there, and the
Apparently,
guy...
apparently Scriff was like, he was like, oh yeah, and he's got something wrong with his teeth, like here. He needs to get that fixed ASAP.
But then he
and
said he
Scriff's
wouldn't
like,
do it.
can you do it now? And he's like, no. And he's like, why not now? And he's just like, no.
I was like, wait, what?
Apparently that's exactly what
I
happened.
paid like 900 sec for you to look, and I would have paid more, like, because they have fees for everything, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, cavities, whatever. And he's like, no, I just won't do it. I'm like,
Maybe it's because of the infection, though.
we were there when it opened, like 7 a.m. There was no one in the queue. We were the first ones there. And he's like, no, I can't. I'm just like,
Don't want to start a day fixing cavities.
Yeah.
It's bad luck.
Either way, speaking of people who say no, it was Na'Vi that decided to reject Rock's Kiss's chances of winning. even
What
though
a
they said-
segue.
That was really good.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
I thought you were going to say they said no with their feet all over Rock's Kiss.
Yeah.
That would have been better.
No, maybe. I don't know, dude. Like, I'm trying to, like, entertain myself sometimes with interesting ways I can intro stuff. And then when you guys bring it up,
What is with the
seem
Ember
as
Spirits,
cool.
man?
No,
How does this
here's,
hero keep getting through?
here's the thing. Like, Denti went solo mid versus Ember Spirit, and Lycan wins that matchup.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
He punches really hard.
Yeah,
Really
it's physical
bad.
damage. It destroys him.
Yeah, and at the same time, they had a farm in Let's Rock's keys, which got the farm. But yeah, like going Bloodstone, and which I still think it's a good item on him, but it was nothing compared to the fact that the Navi had a very farmed Lycan and a very farmed everything.
Yeah, yeah.
The Mirana was also pretty well farmed, so
Na'Vi are looking good.
Navi are looking
Yeah.
Yeah,
good.
I think you guys were saying after the match, was like, yeah, this is like Na'Vi. Like,
Yep.
play, fight
Yep.
under tower, kill into
They
tower,
win.
win game. Yeah, really nice. And the last game was also towards a cause. Lumi was happy. It was Meet Your Makers that were doing the charity work and donating many kills and gold over to the team of Na'Vi. And that's pretty much the story of
What a
this
group
game.
of players. This Raptor being pretty cool.
Have all died like
Like, have
8
all-
or 9
yeah.
times.
They had like the
in this game.
clowniest like trialing versus trialing on the bottom. It was just like everybody teleporting in, and then they had like Luna Aura on one side, which makes the trialing very strong, and then Soul Assumption on the other side. But yeah, eventually TA just came out of nowhere and just killed everybody.
The funny thing is that I think you said it, I think it was you, Lumi, saying in a pro game, if you want to kill a player, you're going to kill them.
Yes.
Like, if they want to kill you, they will kill you. And what happened there was that they really wanted to kill her boss, and they did it so many times. But at what cost, right?
Yes.
Because there was a Dazzle healing him, there was a Treant Protector healing him, so it took them 10 seconds to kill her boss.
Yes.
She died in 2. And because of that, the rest of Navi just had to pick up the pieces. And every time they traded, it was a 1-for-3 trade, 1-for-2 trade. And yeah, I mean,
Puppy confirmed that Trian is a hero.
yep.
From that game.
From our interview,
That
yeah.
was on the interview. That was pretty good.
So
It's very hard interviewing Puppy when you're very tired at the end of the day. Especially when he brings backup as well.
he talked to me today. He was like, he was having lots of fun with you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he loves it. Like, Puppy will just try and sabotage. Like, he's not even going for like, is this going to be funny? Is this going to make me look bad? He's just like, how do I just really not make this work as much as possible? And he's amazing at it. It's a real skill, Puppy. Speaking of skill, we got 2 skillful teams getting ready to play. First one's Empire. I'm
That
just
one
getting
lacked
bored of all these
creativity.
intros now.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like,
It's all right. Give it like a 5 out of 10.
yeah, that was just.
Oh wow,
good.
suddenly
Whoa,
changed.
whoa.
Surprise. It looked like MYM at the beginning, but now it became Empire, and this team is hot. H-O-T. I think the only games they lose,
They're pretty
I like
good at Dota, too.
they're pretty good at Dota.
But more importantly, they're hot.
They are.
H-A-W-T.
See, I can have some fun as well. As if I didn't have enough anyways. But yeah, they have this guy,
guy,
called
man, what a player.
Vanscore, which actually came into our attention last year when he was playing the qualifiers.
Yeah,
So
and he is the.
He was playing Rubik that
He was
day.
playing
yeah,
Rubik, which
he's
he
playing
doesn't play
Rubik,
anymore, but
every
Yeah,
game
he still plays
every
Rubik.
game he's played.
mostly always want to fly playing
He's
Rubik now.
he's made an appearance, if you can say that. He's performed every single game.
He's shown up to all the matches.
Yeah, he's actually been playing in the games.
Yeah.
Like within Dota, just because of how players are not sharing XP and gold, they can actually shine more if they do well, right? So sometimes you can win games and you're like, yeah, this was kind of a body as opposed to a factor. Vanscore is always a factor.
Yeah.
Was he playing Shadow Demon yesterday?
Yeah.
And
That's
he
him.
was really,
Don't
really
look
good.
over here. I wasn't here. He's like looking at me. He's like, help me. I'm like, I wasn't even here, man.
So
Okay. Well, there's a big logo behind Lumi's head, so you can probably guess the next team. It's EG.
Damn.
Because Lumi is the biggest EG supporter in the house.
What a team. Is there any ETA, by the way, on when Fear's actually going to start playing again?
When it happened, they say about 2 months.
Because it's been, how long now? Like a month? Maybe more?
A little bit less, I
A
think.
little bit less? A couple weeks?
Maybe 3 weeks.
It's kind of made me more aware of taking care of my
Taking
wrist.
care of your hands. Yeah.
Yes.
Just have good posture, man. I shouldn't say that, though, because like my posture is really bad with my back.
Oh,
but
dude.
like my wrists are always
I'm
straight.
so worried that, you know, those old granddads that walk around and they
Then
can
the thing and the
that's
leg.
going to be me.
Yeah.
Tasteless is already halfway there. Have you seen him
He's-
at events?
he's-
I need to start working out.
You need to use the thing that Ben has.
Yeah, okay. And that was also Zai that we showed on screen. He's got great posture and he plays support and he's doing okay
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
his team.
I really
Definitely,
like when he plays Wraith King,
Yeah.
which is his hero, kind of trademark hero right
A lot
now.
of teams are banning it against him now. as
Yeah,
well.
because it's so annoying to play against. It's just a support that I
Support who gets
I don't want to say I called it, but I called
has a 30% lifesteal
2
aura.
or 3 months ago. Wraith King is the king of supports.
Can you believe that when he had the other Mortal Strike, you know, when they had it, it took 20%
He was much stronger, and no one
Yeah,
picked it.
he was ridiculous then, and
I
nobody
think
picked him.
no, it was not on Captain's Mode, I think.
Was he not?
I think they changed it and removed him from
Yeah, they
Captain's
did.
Mode.
Yeah.
Did they?
And then after Mortal Strike was taken out,
They put him in
They put
Captain's
that
Mode.
Ah, that would explain it.
That was
Because I was
awesome,
playing him in pubs, and it was just like, at level 5, you like instantly kill a hero. It's like, it's ridiculous.
It's pretty good.
I used to have Come With Me play it in games with me and he used to have like a 4-staff. And similar thing to a Blink Dagger back then. Like no one was doing it and he was doing it ages ago, like just 4-staffing.
What a
Just going,
hipster.
boom. He is a bit hipster, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like that, yeah.
And he's in Romania, and of course Romania have got their own tournament coming up. It's DH Bucharest. And you'll be able to see Cloud9, Fnatic, Na'Vi, and Alliance playing
What a
there.
group.
$25,000. It's coming up soon. Hopefully you guys have found the details. We'll talk more about it when we need to, and hopefully if we can, we might even try and get into the studio and commentate the matches. We might not be able to go to Bucharest though.
what?
I know.
I heard
know.
they have amazing kebab there.
Saddening.
Lumi was packing
They
his
did.
swim shorts last night.
Swim shorts for
Let's
How's his
prepare
idea?
for this.
Yes.
Let them cast. We go to Bucharest, just for fun.
Just yeah, sure. That sounds great.
Yeah, perfect.
Speaking of casting, can we do that now? How are the teams looking?
They both have all joined the lobby. We're just waiting on everyone to give the A-OK, and then we
Okay.
can start the
Okay,
game.
so here's
Good.
the thing. Apparently, I
Yes.
ate Dota 2. So if
You
you
hate Dota
I
2?
ate, no, not hate, ate. I was hungry. I didn't have anything to eat today.
Okay.
I ate Dota 2. So if you want to watch the game, you have to take a look inside Bruno.
Okay.
Oh,
apparently.
yeah.
That sounds so wrong.
I know, right? So now people are like,
Bruno is
"What-
the
what
omniverse,
hell?"
basically, is what we're saying.
Oh, is it working?
Yeah. Oh, look.
Wait a
something,
minute.
Something.
Something's
It's
happening.
just black.
What's going on?
I think we
It doesn't.
gotta.
You have
We're
to
gonna bring round the camera just for you, Bruno. Can you?
put Dota on behind.
Oh,
No, I
what's
see
bands and
CKS.
where's the players?
Can't see them.
There's an EG logo. Oh, you found Fear. There's
There's
Zai. This is amazing. Yeah, you ate Dota 2.
Can we cast from
What
Bruno?
did it taste like?
I'm assuming it tasted like anger and spite,
Yeah.
Yeah.
more or less.
Sweat.
Well,
Yeah.
I have silent in my tummy.
Maybe a little bit salty.
You can actually rub over the top as well. Oh,
So
that's-
good.
yeah, so Bruno, as you all know, wore another Magic shirt today.
Yes.
But that's just like in his wardrobe. Like he just has those shirts. And it just so happens that he can do this.
Is anyone jealous or?
I'm pretty fucking jealous. I'm
know,
just
right?
plain. I don't have any see-throughness at all.
Okay, I guess with that being said, we should go into the game and see what
Maybe.
happens.
That's such a transition.
What a transition.
Oh, I was about to say
That's
such
so
a-
good. I
Yeah.
like that.
11 out of 10.
Sorry,
you
Lemmy, I
win
didn't-
today's handoffs, Bruno. All right, well, I'll be back after the game. Best of luck to EG and Team Empire. Our commentators are getting their own chairs right now. I predict the first ban will be a hero.
A hero. Out of the 100+ heroes that are in Dota 2. Excellent input. But actually, it's not quite loaded yet because Mason hasn't connected, so we're just kind of waiting. James just decided that he was done. He's like, yep, I've put in my due. You guys did that weird Indian army thing behind me, and then
That was so good.
that was good.
I really
I'm
liked it.
glad
It
we
worked
did
out way
that.
better than expected.
Good, clean fun.
We had to stand like a full 2 minutes
It wasn't that quick.
next to each other.
Like, let's be honest. Actually,
it was really good
you,
bonding
You
time.
have like a person chair, so I can actually move over, and you can use the
Oh, thank you,
PC.
sir.
You're moving up in the world, Shane.
Yes.
All right, so I think everyone's connected now. Can
Yep.
actually
15 out of 15 spectators.
we can see heroes being picked. It's a good thing.
Who's winning this match?
Who's gonna win?
Yeah.
I still really want to favor Empire just because of how well they've been doing recently, but it's hard to count out EG just because they themselves have been, I would say, overperforming typically. Like, you know, you look at EG and it's that North American team who never really, they were never really top tier, but they were never considered to be out. They could always pull out surprises, but now I think they're just consistently a good team. So it's tough, man, but I would still say Empire probably like 60-40 in my opinion.
Okay, Shane?
I'm going to go with Empire as well. Judging on their performance in this league so far, it's just been amazing. Like Silent and Resolution have been playing like amazingly, and Mag in the offlane's like super solid with his drafts as well.
I want to check server before I answer this question.
It's USCs, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
EG all the way! Except they
Yeah.
get Lycan. Empire just got Lycan. First pick Lycan.
GG.
Yeah, but
Team
EG
Empire all the way!
EG know that Lycan is a thing. Like, you don't give away Lycan not knowing what it does.
Yep.
If you're EG in the situation. So, as many times as you could say, like, yeah, they got first pick Lycan already looks bad for EG, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. But they did actually respect ban Treant
yeah.
and Dazzle, so PPD is not gonna get to play his patented 18-man overgrowth tree or whatever it is. I don't know, man. It's like ridiculous. But yeah, they're gonna go with the Naga Darkseer. The Darkseer for me, I like just because of the fact that you can still potentially kite out the Lycan in fights. Like you surge whoever he goes on, you know, you can run around. And Naga Siren and Snare goes through, of course, BKB Lycan anyway. So you can just hold the hero in place and prevent it from doing any damage. And if he does decide to go for like the patented Necro Book build, you can just Song
Yep.
and use that as some form of initiation to stop him from split pushing. So all in all, I think pretty good counter picks.
I just really like the way that this draft started for both teams because both teams have so much weapon at the Roshan pit, and I think that's where most of the fight's going to happen, especially when you revolve around Lycan, which could take down the Roshan so quickly. On AG side, they got the Song, which, you know, we've seen a lot of Asia steals in DreamLeague itself. We see like kind of low-Z vacuums on high grounds. And on the other side, you have Lycan itself that can take down the Roshan, and now a Bat Rider to, I guess, pull that Naga or Darkseer out of the team fight for the enemy team.
Naga and Darkseer have really good synergy as well with their ultimates. Like if you can get the Song into the wall, if you see people like clumped up together.
You used to be able to vacuum people while
that
they were
was
snoozing,
ridiculous.
man. That was
Enigma
pretty silly.
on top of that. Oh my god.
Well, Enigma still works. And Disruptor is another one of those heroes where I wouldn't put it past EG to pick now because they see the Empire second pick Spat. So you have the potential to go for the Disruptor ulti on top of a Lycan who's asleep. And if that happens, then he can't do anything. And if the Disruptor manages to get an Aghanims, then it even disables through BKB. So it is potential for EG. And I think that Disruptor Naga is still really good together anyway, just because Ensnare lines up kinetic fields quite easily. It's nice to have vision for when people are juking to ensure you can get Ensnare because the range in it's ridiculous. You just need to make sure you like have sight. So I think there's a lot of wombo combo potentially coming out from EG.
I wasn't sure whether you mentioned it because I was always listening, but I just didn't catch what you just said there.
Okay.
Disruptor will really be good at canceling Bat's ultimate as well.
Yeah, when he
Yeah.
blinks in,
Yeah.
just disrupt them back.
And also on that point, EG's been picking Vengeful Spirit as a carry for Mason a couple of times. So if we want to do that to go against a Bat, because the other day we saw effing Mad just swapping the Bat ultimate
Every single time.
So that was pretty impressive to look at too. Just break the lasso.
Eventually, actually, the Bat Rider said, no, I'm just going to go
Forget
on."
it. I'm gonna go on the Venge instead.
Yeah, because he just
so-
was like, this is pointless.
Yeah, but I think you would have two ways, right? You would have Song potentially, and you would have Glimpse as well, right? So you'd have two methods of stopping the initiation from Bats. So a really, really solid choice. I'm kind of wondering if this is actually going to be a mid Naga because so many teams are running Lycan mid now that I think Naga mid is actually okay. Like really high base armor, spam Riptide, you know, you can potentially still farm and keep the wave pushed out enough to where the Lycan can't just like farm the wave and then go to the jungle, you know?
Well, I mean, it's RTZ, right? So I think we're already leaning towards it very heavily. As a mid Naga?
Yeah, well, it is seen a lot, but is it really seen a lot in pro games? Because I'm still sure most people still put it safe lane.
I think Koifa plays it mid for Team Liquid.
A few weeks ago, we saw Alliance put it mid, but it was Loda playing it mid, actually.
Well, that game was
Yeah, that was
he was lagging.
S4 had like 400 ping, so
Yeah.
that's why they
I think
did it.
Envy also plays it mid.
I just think it's still considered maybe slightly unorthodox.
Yeah, but we'll see. I remember we were watching a replay together, and Envy went mid with Naga, and he got mirror image at 1.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was asking you about it. It's like, oh, should you go mirror image at 1 and Riptide 1? I actually think it's more common mid than anywhere else. Like at
I
least
would
more than
agree with
safe lane.
Lumi, actually.
Yeah.
So I think
Maybe
we're-
it's just a collection of the replays that we watched. But
I mean, we've been watching a lot of EG and C9 recently.
yes,
Yeah, they are
Which-
kind of the two front runners in terms of Naga play right now.
Yeah, I think a few people from the scene actually posted recently that these two teams, they have been playing like 9 games in the past 5 days.
Yeah,
C9
like
and EG.
They
EG.
must be so tired. Like, that's so...
and EG like win almost every single time.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure. They have like a ridiculous win rate against Cloud9.
Yeah.
So
What is the room rate? Can you pull that up?
What?
Between EG Cloud9.
No, because I don't have Cloud9 in this thing.
Maybe
I have
later.
to change.
You have to put in the
yeah.
teams that are playing.
I see, I see. Okay.
So it looks like a lot of mid bans.
I can
Puck Storm,
find out for you.
OD.
OD. Mirana's like the one throw in that's just like Mirana's an all around really solid hero that you don't want to have to deal with.
She can kind of do it all, Marana, actually. She
Yeah.
can offlane, support.
Yeah, Mirana is especially important for EG because that's also one of Mason's most played hero, aside from Weaver. They've just been picking Mirana time and time for EG, so it's just like a little bit of a, hey, respect or we don't want you to play the hero. But I want to go back to you, Andy, because you keep saying, let's do the Ursa. And I think...
I love Ursa, man. Against Lycan at least.
I brought it up yesterday, actually, that you
Yeah.
think it's a good pick.
Fair play Ursa that one time against Team Dog, and I think there was a like in that game.
Yeah, I don't know if there was a Lycan, but I know that he like demolished on it.
Yeah.
Because he had like Blink BKB Hex, right?
And
And,
then-
at that point you kill whatever you go on.
Yep.
Unless you have some kind of way to stop it, which in this case would only be Batrider.
I think
right now.
Arteezy was playing Tinker in that game as well.
Yes, that was the game where he just survived from like
Yeah.
some crazy next
That-
level gang. So yeah, I think Ursa's gonna fit fine unless we start to see like some really hard push coming out from Team Empire.
Rubik is another counter of the Batrider, actually, because he can instantly lift when he blinks in.
Yeah. And you can steal things like Lasso or Firefly. Like it's super next level to just, he blinks in, right? He lassos. Then you lift, you steal his lasso, pull him into you, then lasso him back.
You can get the choo-choo train effect.
Yeah. It's pretty good. I don't think you actually have time to pull him that far, though. I don't think lasso lasts long enough. Because you
No.
have to pull him far away to the point where the other hero is moving to.
3 seconds.
Yeah, that's not
If
really
you
that
have a
long.
Force Staff,
Because if you telekinesis, that's
Yeah.
already like almost 2 seconds right there. And then he has to throw him into you, so it takes time. But
Alright.
Empire, they're going to be going with some more physical/magical damage output. Visage, still in my opinion, one of the strongest supports in the game.
Strongest heroes in the game.
Yeah, I don't know. He's one of those heroes who kind of needs somebody else to do damage for him until he gets 6. And then once he gets 6, he's just like, yeah, I'm going to kill you by myself because I'm a Visage.
It depends on the laning setup, though. Like, if you go... If it's like a fighting lane, like 3v3, and people are trading damage, I think Visage does a lot of
yeah,
damage.
he was the king of tri-lanes.
Yeah.
Like, he still is because of the way the soul assumption works, so. Always going to be a solid pick, but they need to start picking some supports with some form of disable, at least if you're on Empire. They need a setup. You can't just have a naked Blink Bat as your only form of starting fights, I don't think. At least not against a Naga, a Darkseer, and now a Weaver.
so what are we looking at? Like a Crystal Maiden, Avenge,
Well, looks like
Adjust
Venge.
Spirit? Yep. A ton of auras already coming out from Team Empire.
Venge is a really good choice, though, because if you look at EG, besides telekinesis, the only way of really holding somebody down is ensnare, right? So you can really easily swap people to safety, like especially the Lycan or the Batrider, if they need to actually get swapped back. Like, say they get lifted, like you were talking about, Shane, when he initiates, then you have a way to just save your Bat from being sentenced to death. Or they could even run it as somebody who's getting some semblance of farm. Because right now, maybe we're assuming safe lane Lycan and Bat mid, I guess. That means we're looking at Visage Venge +1 tri-lane, perhaps.
Yeah, Team Empire generally don't run their like it mid. They
Yeah.
run it in the more traditional safe lane.
Silent usually plays it in the safe lane, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Resolution is going to be playing the bat.
We'll see.
I
By
don't
the
think
way,
I've seen him play bat, actually.
To answer your question, EG has won the last 5 matches against Cloud9.
Yeah, so they win like every game. Yeah, pretty much.
After that, before that, it was pretty even. Like they were
Yeah.
pretty much trading equally. But the last 5 matches, which include MLG, TKO America, and the D2L Western Challenge, all EG.
To which I was talking to Envy, because Envy and I did some replay casting last night.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, are you prepared for your match tomorrow in the Dream League? He's like, we have matches in the Dream League tomorrow? I was like, you have EG, man. Good luck. It's like, oh, shoot. All right, we need to prepare. Because I'm also preparing for the Star Ladder, fighting for a spot in Kiev.
Is that a best of 3?
That's the one.
Oh shit.
But
Against
I mean,
Rockskis.
I understand Envy where he's coming from because we're not the second biggest prize pool aside from international in the
Right.
West, so
Makes sense.
you don't need to prepare for EG if in the Dream.
Maybe if we had items.
Ooh, Jakiro. Maybe if I had items, I like that.
This is just a wombo combo, man. Like sleep cancel into ice path and vacuum.
It's disgusting.
It's a really, really good amount of team fight. And they do have ways of stopping the Lycan. Like potentially you can initiate with Song. If you take a fight, you can win the fight hard enough, I think, if you're EG, to warrant the Lycan split pushing into their lane. And because you have Naga and Darkseer and Weaver, there's actually 3 heroes that's really important to keep in mind, that you can TP to a tower by yourself against the Lycan, which not a lot of heroes have the luxury of doing. Like Rubik and Jakiro couldn't do that because if the Lycan has ult, he just kills them. So being able to teleport and make the Lycan go, oh, I can't split push this, I have to back because if somebody else TPs on top of it, I die.
Well, here's the thing though, if a Darkseer and Weaver teleports in the lane, Lycan just says, fine, I'll keep hitting your tower. Like, I don't think...
Well,
I don't think so.
If you send Jakiro there and he has maxed out Liquid Fire, and like most of the Lycans we see don't actually get a BKB.
Dragon Knight.
Somebody's playing DK now, so your
Ah,
your
yes!
stats
say.
are like...
See, my stats don't lie.
Resolution Dragon Knight, okay.
I'm still not sold the fact that... first of all, I agree with you in the sense that Rubik and Jakiro, if they solo TP defend a Lycan just runs
Yeah,
in
they
and kill.
can't. Right.
Whereas Weaver, yeah, sure, he could TP in, but I think Lycan could just say, hey, I see you TPing in, but I'm going to still keep hitting your tower, because what's Weaver going to do?
And he also has Necro Book at this stage as well.
Well, the thing is, you also have to account for vision, right? Like if he doesn't have vision and somebody TPs, maybe he thinks he's getting ganked. He might
Sure,
not see the
fair.
supports. So it's not necessarily the hero TPing can kill him. It's just the hero TPing gives him enough pressure
Like a
where
threat,
he's like,
I feel.
okay, maybe I should just back. You know, and keeping the tier 1s alive against a Lycan as long as you can is always going to be really good. Because the less room you give that hero, the better.
Yeah, we're looking at a lot of push coming out from Team Empire. A Dragon Knight, you know, an old favorite of the pushing strat. Vengeful Spirit providing the aura. We know Lycan's going to provide a little bit of aura through that Vlad. So it's going to be fairly difficult for EG to defend. But, you know, their last pick on the support, a hero that we don't see too much because of his lackluster harass. It's going to be good, at least against that Ice Path, Dual Breath, Liquid Fire coming in from long range. It's a pretty good way to slow down a push.
Dragon Knight against Naga Siren in mid. Did they just trade pretty much evenly? And that's like...
I would imagine pretty much they just farm.
Yeah.
Because
30
Riptide
seconds to
functions the
battle.
same way that Breathe Fire functions, although I think Riptide's a lower cooldown and less damage, and Breathe Fire is a longer cooldown but more damage. And then DK has regen. So they're probably just going to look at each other menacingly and just hit creeps for a while.
Yep.
The one thing that EG, they can potentially gank the DK, but it's going to be a hard gank, right? Like even with all those disables, Dragon Knight is one of the tankiest heroes just because of his skills. So
Dragon Blood.
that is a really
The battle
baller
begins.
Darkseer set, by the way.
What does he have on his back?
I don't know. It looks like a hat and a
Looks
pipe.
like a golf club.
He's got a pipe. No, it's a pipe. I think. I don't think he's a plumber. I don't think they have plumbing in Dota 2.
No, it's a golf club. He's going to hit the course after the game.
Man, golf is so hard.
It's ridiculous.
My grandfather plays golf, and he tried to teach me how to play. I'm just like, dude, this is way harder than it looks. He's like, no, you're holding the club wrong. I'm like, dude, I just want to hit the ball.
But it's going to be a tri-lane featuring a Darkseer, so not something we see too often. I wonder what Jakiro's going to take. Normally, as to zone out offlane, you take Liquid Fire because it increase your range, but I think in a tri-lane versus tri-lane, going your spells is a little bit more reasonable.
Ice Path.
Yeah, he's going to go for Ice Path.
It makes sense. When you have a lift to set it up and you have Ion Shell, which is quite high damage, this lane can pressure so easily. And Vengeful Spirit Visage can't really hold their own against these supports when the Darkseer is the one who's a part of the tri-lane. So that means that they're going to be giving Mason a solo lane versus the Bat Rider, which I think still is going to go okay for him.
Well, I mean, Weaver versus Bat, the Weaver should never die unless you make a couple of mistakes.
Right.
Yeah, so he should win this lane just through harass and CS alone. So it's going to be tough, especially with the pulls being warded off I say that though, Always Wanna Fly did get a D-Ward, so they will have access to the pool in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, I like the way that EG decided to lane this out, because looking at their supports, not the best roam. I mean, let's be honest, at level 1, Jakiro and Rubik have 0 damage between them.
Right.
It's an Ice Path, which I think is 50 damage, and then a Lift and auto attack. But they're going to be able to find Silent, Telekinesis into the Ice Path. Universe going to eat a Grave Chill, taking a decent amount of damage, but I don't really think anyone's going to be dying here. Oh, Vanscore, hold on. He's taking a lot more damage. He's going to surge the Ion Shell, creep forward, and unfortunately it's not going to be able to do enough damage.
Yeah, Zai interestingly uses Liquid Fire onto the Lycan, which was already running away, instead of Venge. I think with the Liquid Fire slow, it might have actually got the kill, but...
It just slows attack speed, doesn't it?
Yeah, just attack
doesn't,
speed.
Oh, it doesn't
Yeah,
slow
not
movement
move speed.
Okay.
Now see, if they put in my dual breath change, 6.81, that
Slow
would have
turn
slowed
rate.
turn speed, man.
20%.
I still think that's legit.
I think
But-
it's legit as well.
But I mean, anything that slows turn speed, which is basically only one thing, which is sticky napalm.
Yeah.
Sticky napalm.
Yeah.
But the lane is going as EG wanted to go, right? Like Silent's not getting too much farm. In fact, he's got 7 CS, which is pretty good.
Yeah, but you also have to consider what the farm does on the hero. Like Universe's farm, he's probably going to be going for an early mech, which is huge for his team. Lycan's going to need to build like a Vlad's into a Book 3, which is what, like a 6,000 plus gold investment that
Right.
he has to make before he's really going to start being that much of a threat. So I think even in the circumstance that Silent gets a little bit of farm, it's still going to be fine for EG because they're going to plan on pushing into Empire.
Yep. And normally, a lot of that farm comes from those tier 1 towers in the offlane. You know, when it's a Darkseer versus this particular tri-lane, Darkseer is going to lose that tier 1 tower. Versus in this case, you can see EG is pressuring the lane so much that, in fact, it's going to be EG probably taking that tier 1 if they get a kill or 2 in this tri-lane against Empire.
And I think it's really possible as well. Like, because of the Ion Shell consistently pushing out the wave, you have so many opportunities to dive because your creep wave is always pretty much under their tower.
Ooh, Magic Missile is going to fly on PPD, but there's really no follow-up. In fact, they're going to lift right there. Ice Path, no, Liquid Fire first. They'll just back off.
I don't think Zai was ready for that. It really felt like he wasn't expecting PPD to go.
Yeah, he was turning the
And
other
it was
way.
really close to the tower anyway, so maybe a bit sketchy of a dive.
I mean, they weren't expecting a random Magic Missile to fly off.
yeah, that was a little bit strange.
And that's actually pretty bad for Vengeful Spirit because Vanscore doesn't have the biggest monopool in that hero, so... You know, out of clarity at this point.
Do you ever think that sometimes if you have full mana...
Ice Path is going to
Silent.
go on Silent. The damage off was going to be there, but it's not going to be enough. Universe, though, takes a Soul Assumption to the face, so he's going to back off as well. Couple of trading in terms of regen, but Darkseer's got a South. I'm not sure if Lycan this.
Oh, Zai's actually not skilling dual breath at all. I would think you get at least one rank for the slow, right? Like, I don't think a second point into Liquid Fire is worth the extra damage as opposed to having the nuke, you know? Because you have to assume more uptime on your auto attacks would equate to more damage than one more point into Liquid Fire, right?
Yeah.
At least that's my assumption, but...
Maybe they're saying that we can't kill that much, so we're going to just harass more. I say that, though. They're making the dive. Always Wanna Fly is going to get hit, and here comes PPT moving very, very fast. They lift him up. The Iron Shell damage is going to be there. Always Wanna Fly is going to drop the first blood, and it's going to be Zai that picks it up. Well, seems like they didn't need dual breath, at least in that occasion.
Yeah, just a little bit of overstaying your welcome. It's just good awareness by EG. They knew that the supports, or one of the other supports, Vanscore and Silent, were both basically pushed out of lane, and that's just keeping track of support regen, right? Like you were talking about how it's really important for the Vengeful Spirit to always have mana.
Silent accidentally made a Tranquil Boost.
Ah, man. He had to buy it or sell it.
But if
Yeah,
he accidentally made them, you can still disassemble
disassemble
within
them, yeah.
15 seconds, so it should be fine.
The amount of times I've done that is ridiculous.
Wait, if you buy Tranquil Boots, can you still have the regen on it and then disassemble it?
Yes.
And then leave the ring of regen somewhere and then pick it back up or something like
Yes.
that and just keep doing that?
Yes.
That's pretty good, actually.
Does MB do it?
I mean, you could just buy a Ring of Health or whatever. Like, that's... Does Envy do it? I don't know.
Dude, this tower is so
the
dead.
Liquid Fire is
Yeah, the Liquid
amazing.
Fire, I get it now. It's just for the push.
Yeah.
It's just to say, okay, once we get one kill, we just get the tower for free. And it looks like that's exactly what happened. So EG secure the safe lane tier 1 of Empire here at 5 minutes into the game. Pretty damn fast tower. And Resolution is just going to start auto-attacking with his Dragon form, which is a guaranteed, what, 100 damage on the tower every single time you hit it?
And I just want to echo something that you brought up, Andy. It's so important to be the aggressor against Lycan, because where does he actually farm now?
Yeah.
He doesn't have that 7-minute Vlads, which is almost like guaranteed nowadays to the Lycan. And you can't push any tier 1 towers. In fact, the supports of EG is not leaving the jungle. They're going to be harassing. But looks like Darkseer is going to be... Well, Universe is going to run to the left side, but he needs support coming out from his
man,
players.
he is so dead. Oh, maybe.
If he can
doesn't have
dodge-
TP, though.
Okay, he's going to have Surge in 1 second. He's going to
what a
Surge...
nice path.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. He's fine.
That Ice Path was so good.
It really was, yeah.
Like, the cast animation of Surge isn't that long, but I think it might have been long enough for Vanscore to get a range to stun. He was actually quite far away, though, so who knows.
So meanwhile, if we look at the farm on the other lane, we have mid 40 CS on Arteezy. Resolution, you know, pretty much same, 38 and 5 denies. On the top lane, though, I think that's where the lane is really winning for EG. Weaver's got 40, Batrider's got 27. As expected, Weaver dominating this lane.
The Midas is coming out to him as well.
Well, I wouldn't say he's dominating, but he's doing well. Like, I don't think being 10 CS ahead is necessarily like crushing it, but he's doing good enough. And the other thing is too, the Batrider can't really just go to his jungle, especially if Silent needs it at some point, right? Like if he needs to go to the jungle, then all of a sudden, sure, the Batrider can still stack like 1 or 2 camps, but you're gonna need somebody to farm the dangerous spots on the map, which right now I don't think Empire can do. In middle, PPD is gonna be taking some damage, drops to a Soul Assumption after Resolution throws a Dragon Tail and a Breathe Fire, so Empire get themselves on the board, even though it's just a support kill. It's pretty much all tied up.
A little bit of downside of leaving your support to get a little bit of experience. The courier baiting. In fact, a little bit of engagement on the bottom lane jungle. Vanscore is going to take a ton of damage. The Wolves are coming in right now, and each hit's going to do a lot. Well, the Wolves are blocking. Ice Path's going to be right there. The Iron Shot's going to be burning Silent up. In fact, it's going to be Silent dying. Silent's out of mana at this point. Level 5, no ultimate anymore. Universe is going to walk him down. Yep, Surge. Please don't lose this kill. All right, he's got this.
Yeah, Zai died to the Wolves, but more than worth, honestly.
Yep. In fact, I think Always Wanna Fly is going to die. There's going to be lift, toss back. Any vacuum, he puts on Iron Shot. Vacuum back. Tower's going to get taken here by Universe. One more hit. Surge is going to come in. Magic Missile's going to hit. Soul Assumption's going to come through. Minus armor and Universe run out, but the tower, that tower hates Universe. They're going to get him. Iron Shot, though, it's going to kill him. Vanscore the creep. MVP creep.
Okay.
Well,
that guy just died to an Iron Shield creep.
it happens to the best of us, Andy.
That creep has some monster energy in it.
It really did.
Yeah.
It really, really did. That was so aggressive by Universe, though. Like, running past the tier 2 like that. And just Vanscore having the timing to be there with the Magic Missile to save Always Wanna Fly and then die anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, granted, Universe died first, and he wasn't in experience range regardless. But still. I mean, if Universe had lived there and gotten that kill, that would have been his mech.
Yeah.
But now he doesn't have it. He still have it soon, but
He's pretty close, yeah.
he doesn't have it yet. Wolf's going to scout at Universe. PPD's behind Silent. He just hit 6. He does have Wolf form, so he should be able to get the heck out of here if
He's
need
not
be.
using it yet. But
Yeah, he doesn't even need it.
the problem is, yeah, he's surviving these ganks,
But he's not farming.
yeah. So I don't know what Silent's going to do.
His
Meanwhile,
net worth is like a little bit higher than the Jakira's.
speaking of net worth, if you look at Arteezy's at 2,800 gold. So we're seeing Relic very, very soon.
Well, he's been abusing the Courier a lot, and he's maxing his illusions. He doesn't even have a point into Ensnare, so he's using all of his mana to spam Riptide in the jungle, farm other creep waves and such. So this is like typical Arteezy Naga.
Is that because he realizes that, like, does he think that the Empire has no aggression? Like,
Well, they can't have any aggression because they have an aggressive tri-lane in bottom lane that Empire has to defend their Lycan.
that's why he didn't go drums. And
Yeah, if they don't defend their Lycan, what are they going to do? Like, they're going to leave Silent down there out to dry, and they're going to try to gank a Naga with Song? I mean, it's not really a good plan B, you know?
Yeah.
It's just really difficult for Empire to move, I think.
Yeah, they're going to maybe Silent deny. Arteezy thought about it. It's like they're going to just give up that
haste
tier 1.
on Dragonite, that's pretty scary doing that.
Yeah, this is not a game-to-game adjustment by Arteezy. He never gets Ensnare.
Well, he
till
did.
level 10.
He did for a while.
Really?
But he would leave it at 1. Like,
Yeah,
he would
yeah.
get 1 point, and then...
Oh,
I think-
Envy was the one that never gets...
Yeah.
Oh, Universe. Where's the Magic Missile? In fact, oh, nicely done. Waits for the Surge, and then Magic Missile. And here comes the Big Bad Wolf, trying to run him down. The Surge is out. So, is there going to be any juke coming out from Universe? Nah, they got him.
He at least bought. Like, he has his mech recipe. He's got his TP, so... It wasn't that terrible of a death. And to be honest, Resolution had a haste, and he was going to cut him off anyway.
But more importantly, the Silent got the kill. So,
Yeah.
he's actually got 2 kills. Despite how the early game has been doing. He's only got 1 death as well.
Yeah, he's got 38 CS, though.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Because Arteezy and Mason are both at 71 at 10 minutes in, which is pretty insane.
Do you think Lycan has any comeback, like, as far as carry heroes go?
I think that he doesn't necessarily play amazing from behind, but he still does a lot of damage, which is what you need him for, right? Like, you go and you try to kill a quick tier 1. Maybe EG for some time decides, okay, we've punished him enough, let's go do something else. And then Silent is able to get like the tier 1 bottom,
Yeah.
or something like that. Lycan always has that potential in terms of killing a tower. Now, if you have a book 3, and you have Treads and Vlads, then of course you're going to be way stronger. There's no denying that. But I still feel as though he can be a threat if EG chooses to ignore him even for a little bit of time.
Okay.
Well, right now EG is taking a tier 1 tower up top, and that liquid fire, which seems to be maxed out, is very, very helpful.
Oh,
But here comes the initiation. They should have enough chain stun to actually kill Mason. Here comes a Dragon Tail. Flame Breath is going to seal the deal. Nicely done. Tower is not going to be put in deny range, so they'll have that tower for another day. I think they could push down tier 1 tower as well, because EG doesn't really excel in counter push because Jakiro only has 2 points in terms of Ice Path. Like, he doesn't have a max dual breath.
Yeah, I like that rotation though, because they just killed Universe bottom, and they knew that there was a really low probability that there were going to be enough people in bottom lane to really pressure Silent. So the supports had the opportunity to actually move from that lane. They're like, okay, we just got to kill, the pressure is relieved, let's go somewhere else and make something happen, because EG have been the ones dictating the pace. Now Empire decided to try to take something off of that.
It helps that the Blink Dagger's online as well.
Yeah.
On the Bat Rider, so they got that one going. They defend tier 1 mid as well. Despite how the lane has been going for a Team Empire, they've been rotating extremely well, and they're I want to say back in this game.
Oh, they denied the rune by like.
Yeah, the Blink Dagger kind of puts them in a position where they can play aggressively now, whereas before they were kind of just waiting for Mag to have some form of initiation, because that's what we talked about too. I mean, your Venge isn't going to have level 2 swap for a very long time in a tri-lane, especially when that tri-lane wasn't really pulling. So if you need to buy time, the best way to do that is to try to force fights away from Silent, right? And having the Blink Dagger allows them to do that.
The Relic got finished at 12 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, Arteezy is farming pretty darn fast, but this is what Arteezy does, man. He gets items.
Pretty standard timing actually for Arteezy, 12-minute Relic.
Yeah, I like how it's just for Arteezy. Yeah. Like, not normal people, just Arteezy.
No, just Arteezy. I haven't seen other players do it. Well, obviously, his team's been doing a lot, right? Like, his team is putting amazing pressure on the bot lane and really drawing a lot of focus away from Arteezy and allowing him to do just this. But here comes a comeback Midas from Lycan. I thought he was going to go Treads and you know, go for the standard stuff, but very interesting way to play this game. I'm not sure what your thoughts on that, Andy.
I think it's actually okay. I think they started to realize now that people on EG are starting to move around, because once the tier 1 dies, this is like an age-old saying, don't kill the tier 1 too quickly, you know, because then all of a sudden that lane might become unfarmable for some point in time, or your supports might just have a tendency to not, like, want to stick around there anymore because there's nothing to do. So that gives Silent room, right? And this is what we were talking about too. They ignore him for a little while, he gets the tower. So now all of a sudden he's up to 1,200 gold on top of his comeback Midas, and now the DK has a BKB.
Mid tower's going to get denied as well. Mag burns down the Inaga loot. Is that like a Grandpa Andy thing?
That's like a back in my day.
Back in my days, we don't kill the T1 that
Get
early,
off my lawn.
Yeah.
No, but I think killing the tier 1 was fine. I just think that it was just an unexpected effect of killing the tier 1, you know?
Well,
because you can't go tier 2 that early against Empire, because eventually they know that Mag is going to have a blink, and what, the tier 1 dropped at like 8-9 minutes or something like that?
University.
Maybe a little bit sooner.
Get out of there. Magic Missile. The swap's going to be there. The Magic Missile is going to be there. The birds are stunning. The Chain Stun. The mech's going to be there, but it's not going to be enough. Yeah. The long pause of that wolf. I mean, to that, I want to say that EG did actually send multiple game parties.
He's got a BKB if he chooses to use the blink forward coming in from Mag as well. They're able to pick off Zai right away. Mason, he wants to get the heck out of here. No detection, though.
The bug's on him. In fact, Mason want to come back in.
Mason is such a man. That is a blink force, by the way, on Mag.
Jeez, Mag is farming really well. But here we go. Radiance is online. So the game begins.
I kind of have a little bit of a worry for EG right now, because Naga with a Radiance is great, but you have to take away farm from your team to fully utilize this build, okay? So let's say that he takes away farm from pretty much Universe, I guess, Zai and PPD, because Mason, he needs another lane, right? Like, he needs to be able to farm somewhere. So that means your supports are going to be massively under-leveled if you're going to be abusing this kind of farm. Although I guess if he farms Empire's side of the map, it's not so bad.
My
if
worry,
he farms his.
And I agree with you, but my worry is comprised of now. Like, if Empire push all your tier 2s now, what can EG do? I just don't think they can actually counter push. I think the RTZ problem of taking farm means they would be stabilized and they would actually do stuff. But I think we're very, very far away from that. So I think it's very important for Empire right now to do something. And here we go, Smoke on the top lane. And let's see if they can find any pickoff.
I think Naga is actually really, really good against Lycan, because she always pushes out all the lanes and doesn't give Lycan that space to split push at all.
Yeah, no, I agree that that's the way he should be playing it, and you're right. Like, you're absolutely right. But I just have a concern that if there's ever an opportunity for Empire to jump, and the one lane is pushed in, Oh wow.
He has no
knows.
mana for Song.
The Radiance actually like doesn't even hurt the Wolves because of the regen and the magic bomb introduction.
Man, if they get Naga, they would have been big, but they're going to find Jakiro instead. Yeah,
Whoa.
Zai's going to get found, but do they not want him? No, they're going to just leave the support. In fact, it's going to be Meg going for PPD instead. Zai gets blown up. PPD's going to be there, but here comes Darkseer with the mech. Vacuum's going to be on top. No wall drop just yet because no wall has been leveled. Universe trying to run. The mech gets used. Where's the Dragon Tail? It's going to land on our Universe. Universe.
Song?
Where's the, yep, there's going to be there. Song's going to come back in if they want to fight this. They want Resolution. Resolution could fight his way out of there. They see Mason. Can Mason burst it? I don't know. He time-lapsed, and Arteezy now is low. He gets stunned up. Can they have a second Dragon Breath? They will. They're going to get the kill. Swap on PPD. Venge is going to die. Max going to get the kill. The illusion of Arteezy, though, still burning. What? And Mason finds himself a double. Meanwhile, what has Silent been doing? I guess just pushing the wave.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really awkward engagement because it was pretty clear that Arteezy was getting wolf blocked. And unless he was microing his illusions, which I could maybe think that he didn't know that he was getting blocked because of that. Like, if you look away, of course, you're not going to see that you're getting blocked. And then Zai just casually walks up the hill. Like, that was a questionable start to the fight. I don't know.
I think when Naga got stunned as well from DK and couldn't Song. Like
I'm not sure whether she had mana.
No, he had a lot of mana. He just got chain stunned. Like, he couldn't do anything.
He bottle crowed.
I see.
But it was pretty fortunate that he had an illusion that was just at like full HP because the Radiance burn that he wouldn't have had normally was there the whole time. And that does add up, especially when it's only like 17 minutes in. So
I like how the courier has 11 damage.
it does.
Hit hard courier.
That courier is gonna hit things. What is that supposed to be?
A throw.
It reminds me of that thing from the Neverending Story. You know, like the
Yeah, but that was like a
It was like a dog.
like a
right?
French poodle, but really
Yeah, yeah.
really long.
Every time I see the EG throw, I just hover it and see how many replays PP has watched. 68
Yeah.
of their own games.
That's a lot of
enough.
replays.
Oh, maybe that actually is a big number.
That's hashtag hard work and dedication, man.
68 replays.
Is it replays?
Well, I
count?
mean, he hasn't been on the team that long.
No,
68
68
replays is probably
EG replays.
But does it really? Maybe it counts the game he's in.
Maybe.
In which case, it's
You didn't actually watch any replays. Yeah, ensnare against birds don't work.
he tried.
RTC ensnared the birds and the birds just flew out. Magic resist, bro. Or magic immune.
Can't tie down them birds.
Yeah, but I mean, it ensnares BKB units.
Yeah.
So maybe he thought, okay, this is magic immune.
Here comes
Oh,
again
man.
the illusions.
Big smoke.
It's gonna cancel the blink dagger on Mag momentarily, but they
Oh,
want
they
to
saw
come in.
him.
All right, Firefly. Oh, they want PPT, but the lift is going to be on top. The Ice Blast, or Ice Path. Max going to be okay, though. Nice vacuum the wall, and now Max dropping low. DK and BK beat up. He wants to kill Zai before anything else happened, but he has to turn tail and run. Resolution down to about half HP. What is the team fight going on? They find Mason, but they don't have any damage. Song's going to cancel everything else, and it's going to be re-engaged. They see Mag in there. Can they lift him up?
I don't know about this. The Riptide actually managed it on 3, but Arteezy gets instantly bursted down by the immediate Dragon Tail, and Mag is stuck on the cliff over here. They
Got
had
blink.
vision of him
Got
on the high
blink.
ground, but Mason is trying to get the heck out of here. Mag blinks forward, throws in a flame break to secure the kill. That was a really questionable song from Arteezy, I have to say. Like, they were hit by like a 4-man Ice Path, and he just songed right over it.
Yeah.
And then when he let go,
He
no
just
one was really
exploded.
prepared.
But the thing is, Mason was lassoed by the Bat Rider, so I thought he was using it to save him. But the problem is, once the song came down, the cooldown for Empire all reset because they initiated first. They threw out their spells first, whereas EG just threw out their spells. So once the song ended,
Yeah, it
Empire was like round 2, and EG's like, guys, I still have cooldown.
It was just a poor usage of the song, really.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, they lost Mason and Arteezy. So in the circumstance that you want to save somebody on your team, I get that you would song, but even if you songed there, the 3 or 4 other members of Empire were all Ice Pathed anyway.
Yep.
So, yeah, not the greatest exchange for EG. And Empire, they're still, I would say, in a dominant position right now.
They just finished book 3 on Lycan as well.
Yeah, at 20 minutes in. And this is a Lycan who got aggressively trialing against. So as far as the whole, can you really hold a Lycan down hard enough? Apparently not.
He had boots and a ring of protection at like 8 minutes in.
Yeah. But that's just all because of Empire's rotations, man. Like, just the awareness to say, okay, we killed Universe, no pressure in the lane, silent farm, we're going to immediately go counter gank top as soon as the blink comes out. Now, granted, that was fortuitous timing. Like, it was pretty lucky that they had the blink when they wanted to do that. But they still executed it,
Yeah.
you know? That's
Yeah,
what
the
makes
Roshan.
Empire so ridiculous.
Bugs.
the Roshan seems to be free at this point here, as nobody
Yeah.
on EG is going to defend that, and they know that there's no Song available because it was used in the last team fight. So yeah, Silent
Oh, Aegis.
gets on Resolution, which
yeah.
makes sense because Resolution's been running in head first and he's been dying very quickly. Like the burst damage on EG is pretty respectable.
But do you want an Aegis on a Dragon Knight that when he comes back he doesn't have the Dragon form and it's kind of a much
Well,
weaker
same thing for
version?
Lycan, right?
Same
I think
for
you
looking,
I think
yeah.
you save your dragon form for when you come back up.
Ooh, initiation vacuum back into the ice path. What a play. Matt gets lifted up. He gets bursted down and the TP's going to come in from Lycan. He really wants to man fight this. TP into 4, no problem. The Harmony's going to be here and RTZ forces Song. What a hero, Lycan. What a hero.
Oh,
he's
Zai might be in trouble.
Zai's dead.
Oh, he walked too far away. He just ditched his teammate, man. Wow.
Wow, indeed.
RTZ says, I'm fine, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know about
Save
you guys.
yourselves.
Poor Zai. You gotta feel for the guy.
Yeah, that was cold-blooded, man.
That's a throw.
Well,
No, look, that's a throw. Like,
what?
oh,
I
no
can't-
anymore.
I don't know what
They
you're
were
talking
showing
about.
the EG Courier.
Yeah.
And it's called Throw.
Oh, okay.
I was making a joke, guys.
I couldn't see it.
I'm allowed to make jokes during pauses.
we have a pause, and then I had to put the thing down here because otherwise people see this huge white thing that I'm holding, and it's like
Look what this career is called.
pretty weird.
Wekon Umpak Empire.
That's definitely not how you say that.
No, probably not.
I'm pretty much
You're an expert
fluent.
on it.
Fluent
You're
Russian
an
speaker.
Russian.
expert Russian.
Mm.
Russian, Irish, all the
I
same,
have
right?
no idea what any
Yeah,
of that
apparently.
means.
Pretty much.
Alright, we're back.
Yeah.
We're
Right
good.
into the game.
We're in it.
Woo!
We're in it to win it. Okay, so if you're EG, are you just relying on Mason and RTZ to take you into the late game? Because right now Mason has Midas and Lincolns.
The do nothing build.
The actual do nothing build. Yeah, I mean it's tough.
Like, PBD and Zai are both level 8,
Yeah.
and they're not having a great time, and they won't get much more because of RTZ and his Illusion army.
I think the EG game plan is let's try to not lose for the next 20 minutes
And then
because they actually have 0 initiation, right? The lineup actually has no initiation.
Hey, Ice Path.
Blink Darkseer is
Oh,
initiation.
they had, I guess, yeah, Ice Path and Vacuum into Ice Path.
Yeah, they have initiation.
Song into
And they
Ice
got the
Path.
bad top. But, you know.
I don't know, man.
How-
Seems rough, but RTZ's doing the right thing. I mean, he's farming Empire's side of the map, so that way the rest of his teammates can stay and get experience from their side. Like, typically you don't want to farm the safe spot if you're a carry and you know that you have the potential to get away from ganks. So
Yeah.
this is pretty much what he has to do. Mason pretty much has to adopt the same kind of a strategy, but I guess they're just going to smoke gank on the Empire's side of the map and just hope that they can find somebody, or maybe even just go for the tier 2 tower, which I think is also a pretty good choice. But they're not able to keep all the lanes pushed out because there's always birds in a lane. Like
Yes.
the Visage is keeping top pushed in indefinitely. So like Shane was saying, you want the Naga to be able to push the lanes out so the Lycan can't just freely walk up to your base. Well, I think that keeping all 3 lanes pushed out against Empire is a bit optimistic.
Yeah, also Silent bought a Butcher Travel, which I think is a great choice considering this game is much more about where the creep equilibrium is, kind of global mobility. And he could stay back and counter push Naga with ease and join his team wherever they are. Currently in the mid lane and looking to actually break down that tier 2. Keep in mind that Dragon Knight has been fairly silent in this game. But he can push down towers quite easily as well.
Well, I mean, he's 5-1 and 3. He's not been doing that bad. He's just taking a lot of hits in the beginning because he's always the one who goes in first.
If you're silent in this case,
Oh, wow.
you just finish your Necro book, what do you get? What's the next item?
Well, he could go BKB just to say, okay, I'm going to pop my BKB and kill a tower. Because unless they ensnare him, and even if they ensnare, like
He can
Mason
still
does no
right-click.
damage.
Yeah.
Like, how are they going to kill him if he has a BKB? I don't see how they could do that. He
What
could
about-
also go AC.
What
it
about
looks
Abyssal?
like Resolution might be going AC.
Yeah, Abyssal's not bad. Yeah, you're right. Resolution actually is going AC. So he probably... I mean, Basher is a good choice, but he doesn't have treads. And I think that maybe he wants a little bit more attack speed before he would buy a Basher. I don't know.
Lasso
I mean,
on the background here. It's going to be on Universe. Song
Nice
immediately rescue, and that's going to set up a perfect vacuum wall if they want it. Wall, set up, Universe, dropping it. No, there's nothing. There's nothing coming out. Resolution sees Zai. Zai's going to be the lesser of dragon. He's going to be dead. Resolution on the front line doing so much. Time-lapse back here from Mason. He's going to be fine, but that tier 3 tower not so fine because the entire army
that
of wolves,
damage.
like in
God.
books, birds,
Shit.
everything. Rax goes down.
They can't do anything. Wow,
Ooh.
nice vacuum coming out from Universe. Wall hits on all 4. Here comes the turnaround. Age is going to be popped as well, and Resolution always want to fly. Tries to TP, can't quite get it off. Mason now trying to focus Resolution, but has a Shadow Blade and will get away. Always want to fly, unfortunately. Not going to be so lucky. It's the patented Regoose.
So, actually what happened was Universe was standing at the side of the fight, and Mag used a Flame Break, like spamming Flame Break on him, and it cancelled his blink.
Yeah.
And he couldn't blink in
You
and
know,
wall.
you know what else happened? Vanscore swapped Mason in,
Yeah.
and he killed Mag because of the swap. Because he like swapped him closer to Mag because he wanted to focus on Mason. So a bit of miscommunication there by Empire. But even though they lost, what, 3 there and the Aegis, they killed the Rax.
Yeah.
So I mean, the damage was dealt.
What is Rax
Hashtag
lost
worth.
when you have a Naga with a Radiance, though? Is it much?
It is, actually, because if you have a Rax down,
Let's go.
and you have a Naga on your team, yeah, it's less gold. People would argue that the lane's always going to be on your side of the map, so you can always farm it. But you don't want that against Empire's team. You don't want the lane on your side of the map. You want to push it out.
Also,
So-
I don't think the Naga is at that one stage where she's like unkillable, you know, with a Heart Butterfly, Manta, and you know, like the full 6 slot yet. And at that
Right.
point, I think Empire still could just say, hey, we are going to kill you. And to that, if you look at the DK, very close to the AC. The big problem is that if the 5-man wall, which somehow Universe always finds, they're going to get an AC and a Vlad for themselves, which actually bolster EG's team fight by quite a bit.
Shane,
Yes.
Leo on Twitter for you says that the Empire Courier means Empire's 6th player.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Thank you, Leo.
They're including it, man. They're including the courier as part of the team. That thing works really hard and is very underappreciated.
And he brings them beers.
It's true.
Look, nobody's courier works as hard as EG's courier, let's be real.
That's also probably true.
Overworked. They should have a
Because
union.
RTZ is like, yep, you're flying all day. Burst on cooldown whenever.
That courier is probably in the best shape of any courier in Dota.
He has protein shakes every morning.
He needs him, man.
Fit like demon.
Cardio all day. So it looks like the choice of item was actually going to be Desolator by Silent, unless that's
No,
a BKB
Black
recipe.
King Bar.
Oh, he is going BKB.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought Deso because typically people buy the Yogurt Club and not the Mithril Hammer
Yeah, that's what I
first
was
if they're going to make
thinking
BKB. So BKB I still think is fine because it makes him more or less invulnerable. Like how the heck are they going to kill a BKB Lycan with that team?
I don't know, Captain.
I mean, there is the bugs. And Gemini attack.
Yeah, but normally,
And illusion.
like, before people started doing the illusion split push Naga, people would always have max and snare, which is 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Through a
He
BKB,
doesn't.
5 seconds of not being mobile is huge for Lycan.
He's
right?
actually
Because-
learning stats instead of leveling up in snare.
Yeah, because the illusions gain benefit from the stats.
I
That's
think
just-
post 16 he should actually go back to Ensnare. Once he
You think
noticed
so?
the BKB on the Lycan.
like just having a way to punish him, right? But
Yeah.
maybe they just assumed that he would get swapped. I don't know. It's a really hard place for EG because I'm not sure having the max and snare would really allow them to get kills. I just think that it's something that might be nice to have in some situations, assuming swap is down.
Ooh, they see RTZ level.
Oh, Resolution
level 2
finds PPD in the side. He's going to Dragon Tail, long range hell. And a couple more auto attacks from Resolution get the kill. Going to be a bot to the creep wave here. Looks like Empire want to go for the tier 2 bottom.
The AC is going to be flying in momentarily.
Yeah,
as well.
meanwhile, Zaya and Mason says, you know what? We're going to just try to make the best of it, get a tier 2 trade on the top, so they're pushing hard, especially when Silent just bots in.
Yeah, but they cannot push nearly as hard as
Yeah,
Empire.
they're going to try to get a tier 2 and just defend, because here comes Empire. They want to take your racks.
With the Vengeful Spirit Aura and Howl, the amount of damage that Empire does is ridiculous.
Here we go. All right, song to delay.
This is a 3-man vacuum if Universe is here.
Dude, Universe is going to find a 5. Is the Ice Path vacuum just going to be hitting on everybody while Vanscore is going to die immediately. I say that. The mech's going to be back up. Universe in the backline here. He's going to get focused by everybody. Universe is gone. Silent BKB use. It's out. So he has to now focus on the illusions. There's a dragon. There's a DK dragon on the other side. They have to deal with that one because that's also very annoying.
Resolution's had his AC in the base, like even before that push. He just hasn't got it out to him. It's kind of strange.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with that vacuum wall was it only hit Vanscore.
Yeah.
And then the only reason there's a DK illusion is because Resolution walked through it on his way out of their base. He's like, yeah, I killed your Jakiro, I'm out, see ya. You know, and this is another issue too that EG are running into, is I mentioned the support's kind of getting phased out because they're not the ones getting the farm, but this is a Jakiro Rubik. These are two support heroes who basically don't do any form of physical damage at all.
Yep.
They contribute nothing other than disables and liquid fire.
Nickafire is legit.
No, I'm not saying it's not legit, because they used it to kill the tier 1 pretty quick. It worked out. Like, the reason they picked the hero was to pressure the Lycan. They pressured the Lycan. But when the mid game doesn't go favorably for you, and you have 2 heroes on the side of Empire who are going to make BKBs like 100% of the time, it means that your lineup needs Mason and Arteezy to be able to essentially like 2v5. Because the supports of Empire are able to contribute so much more in the fights that EG are basically playing down 2 players. And it's not because of play, it's just because of the heroes are limited, right?
I agree, but I think they're getting there. If you look at really what came out of that previous team fight, they traded tier 2 for tier 2, and I think if you're down like EG, you want to trade, and they lost, what, 2 supports for
They nearly killed the
Vanscore?
tier 3 as well. It's
Yeah,
not
I mean, the
200
tier 3 is defended as well. So the way I see it, EG won that fight because they traded sort of alright. What's happening right now, unfortunately for them, is that they're going to lose Aegis.
Yeah. Oh, and the smoke might get revealed as well. Arteezy gets spotted up by Mag. Does he want to actually go for it? He's playing it quite passively. PPD's going to drop a Sentry in the middle lane. Zai throwing out a nice pass. Nice blink, yeah.
Mag's blink got cancelled by the Radiance, so he couldn't blink on Arteezy.
Yeah.
The song's going to get used. They want Mag dead, or at least one of these guys.
He knows the blink's down.
Mag could force that Vanscore and swap, or he could just force that himself, but the Ice Path's going to hit on 2 wall on top.
Okay.
That's 2. I mean, the question is, do they do enough damage to at least take down tier 2, force out a couple of buyback? In fact, they always want to fly. They're going to get him dead as well. That's 3 kills. Gem hits the deck. So, all right, I think EG is at least going to get the tier 2, if not a tier 3.
Yeah, that was a really, really nice turnaround. An excellent song from Arteezy. I must say the last few have been a bit questionable, but that one was a really good song.
I feel for Mag.
Oh no, Resolution doesn't get the BKB off. He actually gets chained
got
into
Aegis.
the Ice Path.
He's got Aegis.
He's going to be able to re-pop here. BKB pop by Silent. He's got the ult. He's going to town on Universe, though, of all people. Not really doing a whole heck of a lot of damage. Mason going to be forced to Shikuchi away. Ice Path going to hit on pretty much just a Necro creep, and I think our Observer PC just broke because the camera's not moving anymore. But they're going to be able to find Zai.
All right, radio
as well.
talk, guys.
Gem still on the ground.
Meanwhile, top lane, though, Arteezy gets a kill on the Vengeful Spirit. Arteezy's quite low in terms of HP. No mana for the song, and here comes Silent. Silent does not have shapeshift for 10 more seconds. The Wolf galloping graciously along. Arteezy purges it. Is Lycan gonna chase? You bet your ass he will, because here comes shapeshift. Go! No bash? Oh, he's out of there.
Okay, so I think the Observer PC is like really, really screwed up. Because it's
Maybe Weapons just fell asleep.
Poopy.
no, I don't think he fell asleep. He was quite awake. The
Intermission.
Last time I saw him. But okay, so for the people who obviously didn't get a chance to see the fight, they managed to get a couple more kills, basically. Okay, what is going on right now?
I think it's...
They're switching PC. His mouse is dying.
Oh, his keyboard and mouse are dying. That's what happened. Okay. So yeah, he is obviously having some issues. But
I think
in
we're watching
before-
Lumi's piece. No.
In before
Okay.
the chat goes, $1 million studio, guys.
something like that.
Need mouse.
To be fair, the PC didn't cost $1 million.
That's true.
Right. The
PC's
dream
just a
code,
PC.
though.
The PC's innocent, guys.
It wasn't actually even the PC, it was just the keyboard and mouse. So,
Arteezy nearly has another item. He has 5k gold.
yeah.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah, that fight that they just took very well could have just changed the
course
outcome
of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Empire was doing just fine in terms of pressuring and preventing that Naga to
They
go.
have no intention of letting up, by the way.
Yep.
There's a smoke inside of the woods. They are all here, and so is Empire.
They need a song to set up that 2-man ice path like they
Oh,
just
he's
did.
TPing
No,
out.
Arteezy's TPing
Oh,
away.
he cancelled. He cancelled. Or no, the wolf killed, or the bird actually killed the creep.
I think they should have taken that fight. They had positioning advantage, although they didn't know that because, you know.
Yeah.
They don't see
When
what
the
was
fight was in the middle, Mag had his BKB flying out to him, and it was like an inch away before he got songed. And I,
Well, he would have just gotten snared, I think, if he had BKB.
He can still force stuff.
yeah. I think it might have made a small difference.
Well, there's an Aghanim's Darkseer now.
Yep.
So this wall is going to be doing some work.
I mean, it's already doing work, but it's going to do more work.
And hard to finish.
Well, the
on
last
Mag.
base defense wall that he dropped hit a support hero. So I
True,
think it could
true.
potentially be better than that, is
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Do you get Vengeance Aura though?
Yeah, you get every aura.
Yeah, you get all auras.
You get the Vlads, you get the Venge aura, you get the AC. What else?
Darkseer counter to
Vlads.
Aura strats.
Do you get flats?
Yeah, you get Vlads.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
You also get the Splashing DK if he's in range for him,
Yeah, he'll likely be. in
which
dragon
actually
form.
matters.
Yeah,
That's
that is
huge.
actually insane.
AoE slow.
You just put it on a support and he's like, it's a dragon, what do I do?
And it hits like harder than the normal dragon.
Yeah, they actually want to go through mid. This is a really, really good opportunity to find somebody.
PPD,
He
wants to
pops
get
the mini
there.
Dragon Force.
He's gonna get stunned though. PPD
No.
just melts. Ice Path's gonna hit the vacuum. The wall. It's on fire, but Resolution on the back line. He's killing Mason. Mason
RTZ.
buys back. He time-lapse back into the fight. RTZ's dead. Oh,
the
my
dieback.
god, the damage. The deeps. So much deep. I can't hold it in my hands. And Empire, it's just gonna Rax, and that's it.
Man,
Never
that
over
was
until it's
insane.
over.
Mason died so fast.
And then he bought back and
died.
And died instantly again.
Don't go through the wall.
All right, so I think Weaver not so great against these heroes.
But here, where did the damage come from? They didn't have that kind of damage.
I mean, you have Howl, you have Vengeansora, you have Vlad's. Another
Okay.
nice 3-man vacuum into
Alright.
the Ice Path as well, but they just
Well-
don't have the follow-up universe.
Shit.
He's
Okay.
alive still. Oh no, can't quite get away. Even with the lift on Silent, Universe still ends up dropping. BKB pop by Mag, he gets the lasso as well onto Zai. He's getting pulled. Mag's still alive. It's a liquid fire from long range. The Ice Path barely misses PPD. He can't stand to the burst.
Resolution,
The wolves.
he's like, okay.
He's just going ham on the racks.
Oh,
He's got a
no,
BKB.
Universe.
He's got a BKB. Resolution. Oh, I think he's gonna die.
Oh,
Oh, maybe not.
juke around for the birds, juke around for the wolves. All right. Basically,
That wolf, that
suicided
wolf.
for the Rax.
One racks to save them all.
All right. The birds are flying out of there as well. They really
Oh,
want these
oh.
birds. Oh no, he wants them dead. Zai's gonna die. Oh, Gold Scepter OP,
God.
guys. Oh no, man. Oh no.
It wants
One
blood.
hit. Oh.
Oh no!
He had an urn that whole time, by the way.
Whoa.
Detail.
He didn't use that urn.
Casually not earning himself.
Ooh, cancel a TP. Universe stuck there.
He's got a blank. He'll be fine.
Blank.
All right, okay.
What a game, though. Really freaking back and forth.
Is
Like
the game over yet? I literally just
is-
called GG, but I mean, RTZ is not GGing out for the team yet.
How many racks left?
One melee
barracks,
Rax.
one melee Rex top. The problem is that both teams actually kill the base so fast that whoever basically goes to the opponent's base first wins. Because if that fight goes favorably for you, you instantly get like 2 or 3 set of racks.
Yes.
Like just because, bam, we do.
So
tons of
in
damage.
theory, if Empire has one of those bat fights that we saw earlier in the game, EG could just come back and take 2 racks and we'll be even.
Yeah, but they have to consistently be out of their base, right? Like, this is actually favorable for them right now because mid and top are both pushed past the river. RTZ TP's bottom too. So if they can keep the lanes out for a little while and, like, 5-man, take a good fight, they could turn the game. But it's a really, really tall order.
I'm
Because-
surprised that Weaver also, sorry to cut you off, but he's going for some damage items. I just think he needs survivability. I think he needs, like,
Is he ever going to have enough survivability, though, to live through that damage?
if he has 30% evasion from Butterfly.
Yeah, I think good butterfly would
Like,
be.
maybe, right? I don't know. Yeah, I think Butterfly would still be...
Hey, it's better than a Hyperstone
be
because
good.
does he really need that attack speed?
Hey, man. Go AC, kill the base faster.
I don't think they're getting AC, right? They're getting Adam Melcher. Oh, Resolution gets lifted, but TPD though. No, PPD in 2 hits, 3 hits. He's dead. Meanwhile, Mason
Oh,
gets
the swap.
swapped. The stun's gonna be there, and look at the deeps. That Dragon says no. The wall's gonna come back in, but the damage is already gone. Universe is gonna be dead as well. Where's RTC throughout all of this?
He's at
RTC's
the
in the back line here. They ping him out. He's slowed down. He's not going anywhere.
song.
No song for you, RTZ.
Oh, the DK died.
To the illusion, yeah.
Well,
DK died to the illusion. Mag gets
DK
caught
fights
out by
back.
Zai as well, but the rest of Empire's coming in behind. Zai, flap your wings, Dragon Beef. Oh, that's an Abyssal Blade.
Holy crap.
That's an Abyssal. Yeah, that's a sad little dragon, man.
All right, how
RTZ's
is
charging at them.
RTZ's gonna defend by himself? All right.
okay.
He's
The
singing
song's
the song
on.
to people. This could be a little bit questionable, boys.
They're max damage birds.
Don't purge until it goes. Yo. All right.
Yeah, he's
Okay, he gets a kill.
Meanwhile,
Everyone else is
Resolution's
in the
good.
Silence like I'm out of here, boys.
All right, the Wolf Army, man. What are you gonna do against that Rax? The backdoor regen, though. They really are throwing their bodies for this Rax. Silent coming in, using his ult, but he gets ensnared. He gets lifted. Silent's dead.
Oh Jesus.
Is this Game of Throws?
The beginning of a throw.
He has buyback, though.
Okay, but hey, you should
I'm
have
just
lost
saying,
right there.
RTZ had to buy back for that defense.
Yeah, he did.
That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
so I'm just saying, normally you buy back and you're like, boys, I need to hold this. RTZ says no. I buy back, I walk out my base and I song for support. And it worked out, because I don't know what happened with Empire.
Well, with the max level song, it's only 60-second cooldown.
Yeah, there's like actually no reason to not use it.
Yeah.
It just,
The thing
it's
is,
counterintuitive.
If they get into the base with 3 birds, Visage, and the Lycan, even through backdoor protection, I think they could have killed the Rax.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of why he did that, because he didn't want them to have more than one person inside the base, because if it's just one, an ensnare guarantees a kill, which is why Silent died.
Yo, RTZ circling around, man. He's gonna find Van's core.
Zai, though, he's going to go Scepter when the Dragon Tail comes out. Resolution is so tanky. He even pops the Mjolnir on himself. RTZ comes in from the back. There's the BKB and Snare afterwards. Resolution just going ham. He actually kills Zai just by auto-attacking. Mason going to be forced to time-lapse as well. Vanscore just dies to illusions and universe inside of the base. Another gem on deck. Yeah, they want to go for the racks.
Backdoor top lane, though. It's gonna be Matt going in. He's got the creep wave in. The birds are doing a ton of damage. I think the Rex is gonna go down. The question is, can the rest of the team defend? Oh, PPD trying to run. He lives. He's going to toss him back. Meanwhile, Mason just a pea shooter at this point. Mason. No, Mason trying to run. Mason's dead after one big hit. The teleport back from
Rex
Meg.
is gone.
Mega creeps.
Mega creeps.
Two gems,
was
guys.
so close.
One for each eye. PPD. He's got it all. The master of supports.
But drum boots.
But, hey, man, you don't need...
And he's a little
He's
dragon
got
as well.
2 gems. What does he need upgraded boots for?
He's so cute.
He's not Ursa. Actually, you play Magic, right, Lumi?
Yes.
Do you remember the story of Ursa?
No.
The Planeswalker, it was like all time Planeswalker. He finds 2 gems, one gets into each eye, so now he becomes a Planeswalker, and it's really cool. Never mind. I felt like there's some Magic the Gathering fans there, so shout out to them.
Oh, RTZ trying to...
He wants it, man. He wants Roshan so bad. Mega creeps be damned.
What is he
RTZ never
gonna do?
gives
He's gonna
up.
come back and say, hey.
Never surrender.
Okay.
Mag has a blink still.
Yeah.
He wants to, well, he is out of range of the Radiance, so if he wants to blink in, he can. But it's really dangerous. The song's down. They don't have resolution.
He's looking for him.
They are not giving up, man.
He doesn't have buyback on Mag either. I think he just...
Need to hold.
Dude, RTZ's going for it. Look at RTZ. He sees Vanscore.
He doesn't care. That's
Nope.
it. He doesn't care, man. This is it. This is their time. This is where EG fight them. This is where they die.
I think that where Silent needs to TP back, right? He's got 3.5k. He doesn't have buyback. He really needs to spend that gold as well.
They need the creep wave so badly to be with them right now. Like, I actually
can't go through the
stress.
backdoor
Okay,
region.
they're just backdooring. Silent actually TP'd bottom. He's not even gonna fight. Look at the creeps.
Oh, shoot.
Okay, lasso, Mag, he catches RTZ. He's inside of the base. Resolution pops a BKB. Universe with a nice vacuum, actually on 2. But the supports are so tanky at this point. Empire, they're defending this effortlessly. Resolution just going completely ham. Mason dies as well. And RTZ calls it GG. Without the help of Silent, they managed to hold the entirety of EG off and kill the base at the same time.
Well,
Double victory.
Double victory. Does that mean they get 2 wins?
No. One of them is a moral victory. One of them for the
that's
real
in a different
points.
competition.
So, I think, I'll be honest, for a long time, I wasn't really sure about Vengeful Spirit as a hero, like played competitively, because I feel like people put maybe too much emphasis on the swap. But whenever Vanscore was at a push, the damage output of Empire was like broken.
Insane.
Ginormous.
Yeah, it was Howl, it was that aura, and Vlad's. So what?
And the terror.
And AC
Vengeance
as well.
aura is like 36, 38% or something like that. And then Vlad's is 15% on top of that.
It's a lot.
50%, man.
Did you see
Don't
how...
forget the minus armor, the terror.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
the
see how
minus armor as well.
fast Mason died and then bought back, teleported in and
Like
died?
he died
again?
so fast
Yeah.
he couldn't time lapse the first time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'll time lapse back in. Even though he was like right next to his tier 4s when he respawned anyway.
Ridiculous.
But to be fair, I think EG played well in the beginning of the game. Like they pressured the Lycan as good as you could have asked them to. Like Shane said, he had brown boots and a ring of protection like 8 or 9 minutes in. And then at 20 minutes, he had a Necro 3, a Midas, and bots.
And
I'm
Vlad's.
just like, and Vlad's, and I'm like, how does this happen? But no, really well played by Empire. The rotations, I think, from the supports and the Blink Dagger timing on Mag is actually what kept them in the game for a long time. And the supports of EG just couldn't hold late game. The Jakiro Rubik are not late game supports, at least not with the farm that they had.
Yeah, and EG had a couple of chances to actually go for the win, right? Remember a couple of pick off on the mid lane? They actually arrived at the tier 3, and then I forgot how they were repelled in that push. Probably Silent.
They just spawned back.
They just
Yeah.
bought back, spawned back, and killed. But that's game 1 of our Dream League broadcast today. We have another exciting game featuring EG versus Cloud9.
Oh, yeah.
And what was the record so far? EG is up.
They've won the last 5.
Won the last 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cloud9 today has not been looking good because they're not going to kill.
They lost versus Roxkiss.
Did they?
I think.
Where'd you get the...
Well,
Well, Twitter is
Twitter
there.
and stuff like that. I think they lost against. Well, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we can talk about it when we come back.
But yeah, we'll go to break right now, and don't go anywhere, guys.
Stay tuned.